everyone. Happy Sunday when this goes live. It's not Sunday yet, but it will be in a couple days.
We can't wait for Sunday though. Big plans.
Big plans.
Yeah, we're just so excited for these episodes now that we just want to do them earlier.
Yeah, and then
I even woke up in the sunrise here at the bridge.
See that background?
Where is that bridge?
This one?
Yeah.
This whole thing?
It is old.
Yeah,
it is.
Where are you?
It is.
Where are you?
Where am I? I'm at home.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, this
is my balcony. This is my balcony.
Yeah,
it backs up to the
where do you live
old
now?
bridge.
Yeah, that background makes no sense because how the fuck do you have that perspective? Where do you live?
What do you mean? This
In
is
a
my
fucking
balcony.
helicopter?
It faces out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but where do you live now? If that's your background, or sorry,
Where I live?
view.
I live with my girlfriend.
What's your mailing address?
My mailing address?
Yeah, like,
well, I don't want to give out my personal
state?
information. I'm not going to give out my personal information here. I don't want people to come find me. So.
Do you know what state that where your bridge is?
Yeah, dude, the state of like panic attack right now because you guys are attacking me, bro. Like, leave me alone.
Guy doesn't even know where he is.
I'm so gone.
Yeah, we're doing an AMA this week and ask me, but it's really us, so it's a AUA.
Oh,
that's the Bigfoot call. Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Holy shit, I forgot we did a Bigfoot episode.
Yeah, we might have to revisit that.
It's been a lot. There's been a lot.
It's so sick that I got my own commentary and everything. You know.
It looked like you had some turbulence there or something.
Oh, I was like adjusting the way I was sitting while talking. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, Lucas, remember he's in a helicopter, a stationary one that stays really, really still.
Right. He's just sitting on a drone.
Yeah, it's one of those really like still cameras that even if you move, it just stays super
nice.
focused all the time. That's pretty sick. Good investment.
Yeah, I'm still blown away by that. I'd love that technology.
That can follow your head and shit.
Yeah, it makes for some sick videos.
Yeah.
Yo, I want to get one. I just don't want to invest in one just to use it like for what?
Yeah, they're expensive.
Well, I mean, I do have a good view of the bridge. Like,
I just started playing music by accident. On my screen, it says "Bitch, don't kill my vibe," so we'll have to. I don't know.
I'll try not to.
Hopefully, we don't get DMCA'd for that.
Yeah. Matt, you just took a sip of something. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking rum and coke, actually.
Nice.
You guys. You thought I was lying about not having alcohol? Finesse the shit out of you. You activated my trap card and fell right into it.
I'm gonna call the cops over to give you a breathalyzer, and you're gonna blow a 0.
Is that how hot the cop is? He's 0?
Yeah.
And I have to be like, yo,
ugliest cop on the force.
It's 0 because
I didn't know you were on the force.
It out.
It's true. We did mention on the podcast that I'm the ugliest person on the planet, right? Was that it? Ugliest?
We didn't.
I made a comment earlier today that Lee and I are basically the same person. He's just ugly.
It's true. I had no comeback. I was like, "Fuck, you got me."
That was a good one. It was set up so perfectly.
It was pretty good. I should have seen it coming. Lucas, what are you drinking?
Yo, I don't know how these appear everywhere, but I found another nude just randomly in the back of the fridge. And I was like, yo, I thought I got rid of all of these. I thought I purged them.
Yikes.
But you know what else I'm mixing after? Your favorite.
Oh,
guys.
God,
if anyone ever sees this, and by the way, this brand, Hip Vodka, I'm sorry, I'm about to roast your brand. You might as well turn this off right now. But is the worst vodka I've ever had in my life. It tastes like someone.
It really is.
It's like if someone ran out of options at home and they're like, I want to drink straight vodka.
Can you hold that up?
A great mix.
Can you hold that up again?
And it looks like Pepto-Bismol mixed with vodka.
Yo, but it looks sick. Like, tell me that bottle doesn't look like it's gonna be so fucking refreshing.
No, you know what? We should have been a red flag. Is how it looks. Like, look at the color. You can tell it tastes like shit just by looking at the color.
No, like because I don't know. I thought
I was optimistic.
Yeah, we were.
That would be like thinking Hypnotic tastes good.
Hypnotic does taste great.
No, it's disgusting. It's the same. Yeah, it's bad.
Either way, I'm pretty sure that was the worst shot I've ever taken in my life.
100%.
I would rather take a shot to from a gun than take another shot of that. But I'm gonna do it tonight.
You'd rather take a shot to the heart?
That's right. You're too blame.
Sorry. I was so excited when I went to LCBO today because I've been looking for this for a long time. and they finally restocked them. The
Nice.
bourbon sours, bruh.
Ooh.
This y'all have to.
What would
try
you
this.
say it
It's
tastes
so
like?
good. Orange Crush.
How much sugar is in it? Maybe I'll try some this weekend.
It doesn't say. It literally
calories?
tells you. It tells you nothing.
Great.
It tells you nothing. But it doesn't matter. It's 7% alcohol and it's fucking great. It's
I
so
still have
good.
yours that you guys left here.
Yeah, I want those back.
I should have seen if I brought those home.
Maybe I'll go shotgun one right now on the pod.
Do it. Do it.
Nah, yeah, I won't. I'll ruin my bridge.
Yeah, no, these are so good.
Okay, I'm gonna pick those up when I for the weekend.
Yeah, you'll thank me.
No, I won't. I'm just gonna say when anyone asks where I heard of them, I'm just gonna be like, I was recommended it by Lupinder.
I found them myself. No, I thought you were gonna take credit. I found them myself.
LCBO guys like,
so
I know
they're
him.
great.
Comes you all the time.
Anything else you guys in particular? I'm trying to think. It's weird doing the episode this soon. I feel like normally we have way more time for things to happen in our lives to talk about. We just did it like a couple days ago.
We're doing an AMA, guys, but first we gotta hear the joke of the week.
No, I know, but do we still want to shoot the shoot?
What time
or are we good to roll in?
I
Actually, no, we can roll in because the AMA is pretty good. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's hear the joke.
We're basically shooting the shit the whole episode.
By the way, it's also Matt Lee Lucas as usual. We normally say that.
Yeah. If you don't know us by now, it's a shame.
Maybe it's their first episode they're watching that they've come
across. Well, welcome. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for coming to our pre-recorded show that you actually wouldn't have known was pre-recorded until just now.
Wow.
And I mean, when we announced it earlier on the show. But...
I was planning on like just pretending to read chat and be like, oh, did you see what that guy said? Crazy. Just so they think it's live.
Sorry, man. I blew it. Yeah.
We're reading live comments, actually.
Yep. Okay, joke of the week. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear it.
What's Batman's favorite fruit?
Don't know.
Banana, grapefruit. You thought I was gonna say banana. You thought I was gonna say banana.
Yo, the worst part is when Teal told me that joke, I actually sang the banana part with him, and I didn't get the grapefruit, and he got me. So I'm like, oh fuck,
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, this guy just straight up outed me on the podcast that it's not my joke. Wow.
Yeah, and then it wasn't.
Well, either. You guys never call me out for not being original, so
that's nuts. I think you lose for that because it wasn't even yours.
Has any of ours been our own?
Yeah.
Actually, my spaghetti one was mine.
What do you mean by your own? Like
that's probably the best one
from someone. I didn't hear it from someone in person. That's what I consider not your own joke.
Really? Okay. Sure. All right. That's fair.
In between us three,
I'll take a big swig.
It's not like something I heard around you guys. You know what I mean?
No, that's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. That's what I said.
That's what I said.
That's what I said.
It's a joke, Matt. Matt, it's just a joke, man.
It's not a joke, man. I'm gonna fucking fight him.
This is no joke, dude.
Yo, my next celebrity call it is Matt Aquino. I'm gonna fight him for free.
Manny Pacquiao's son.
All right, AMA. So we asked you guys. We got a ton of questions from you guys. Thank you so much for reaching out.
Yeah, we really appreciate the
support,
the efforts,
the engagement,
how much you guys want to know about us.
We'll try and bang out with as many as we can.
You know what we'll do? What we should do next time is we should have it pop up on the screen. Who submitted it? Yeah, like a like they used to do on that show where they read the tweets out loud or whatever. It'd be something like that. Like who asked the question?
That'd be cool. Sure. Should we at least say who submitted these questions this time?
No, we'll say that for next time.
Yeah, keep it anonymous for now.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. We don't have their permission. That's true.
Yeah, we have to make sure for next time.
That's fair.
I got one. I think that would be interesting. To start.
Go ahead, start us off.
If you had to change your name, what would you change your name to?
Ooh.
Yeah, after we have to be like, if we can change your name.
Let's do both.
Change my name.
Damn, that's hard. I'm assuming you thought about this, Matt. So go ahead and start us off.
I would change it to Dexter because I think that's a cool ass name. I want to name my first son or daughter Dexter. So. Sorry. You're
I
frozen,
can't wait to
dude.
zoom in on that later.
Am I
I
frozen?
love
You
video
you
editing.
froze the whole time. Yeah.
Ah,
Why not just go?
Oh,
You know?
this is rough go. Yeah. How about you just go, Lucas?
Yeah, honestly, I actually like my name. I think it suits me.
No, but you have to change it.
If I had to change, well,
Look, you look
I
so
became
defeated.
Van Gogh. Van Gogh over here with the video quality.
Yeah, you look like you've been drawing with pastels, dude.
Yo, it's funny because he's like slowly like coming back to life. Like his resolution's slowly getting better.
am I back yet?
I think so.
You're like
Oh,
90%.
no.
Oh, just took a hit. He's a goner. Just so you guys know, it's also rainstorming where he is at. No, where I'm at. I live in a completely different city and everything, but it's thunderstorming really hard where he is. So
Is it? It's not raining at all where I am yet.
yeah, but okay. So if I had to change my name, I feel like I'd change it to something just stupid. Because I'm like, yo, I'll be called something dumb for the rest of my life, but they have to say it seriously.
You're good. You're good. We can see you. We can't hear you.
Am I good?
You were there. Yeah. That whole time you were good.
What? It's because. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. That's fine. If it happens again, I'll deal with it.
Okay, so Lucas was. What were you saying, Lucas?
I said if I had to change my name because I like my name, but if I had to change it, it'd be something I don't know, dumb.
Like just.
Why would you want a dumb name?
I'm trying to think. Like I'm still sorry. I'm still thinking.
Yeah.
Know.
I'm also a fan of my name, but if I had to change it, I'd probably pick something. Maybe something really extra, like
Can't wait to hear this.
I was trying to think of something like, fuck, I forget the guy's name now. Like Perseus. Perseus is what I was thinking of.
That's actually pretty
cool.
Yeah, something sick like that.
Like a Greek god.
A brown god. He was a demigod, but still. But a brown Perseus. Sick.
Yeah, Poseidon's son. Yo, then I'll be Poseidon just to fuck with you.
Yo, what were you gonna say about my Dexter thing? It looked like you were initially gonna make a comment and then you froze.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, you're taking that from your kids, like.
No, then there'll be DJ Dexter Jr.
Oh, that's kind of sick. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, that's sick.
Or Dexter the second.
The second. Yeah, that's shit. Well, no, it doesn't go. It goes senior, junior, then third, doesn't it?
Why can't there be a second?
Because he's junior.
Isn't it junior after that, and then junior, junior,
junior squared? That's pretty cool.
Or you can name one the Junior Chicken.
Yo, that's also. Is that the name that you change it to?
Yeah, I'll change my name to Chicken, and then get Junior Chicken. No, I decided, if I could change my name, I'd change it to Bulk.
Imagine you get sued because of, like, McDonald's is like, yo, you can't do that. That's our name. Kid. They're like, we own your son now.
That's my kid's name. Yeah, that's what McDonald's says.
What if I sue McDonald's?
Whoa.
I don't know that it
doesn't work that way, but whoa.
I'll be like, where are you guys really getting the McChicken sauce?
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
Oh.
That's why I don't eat that shit.
That's why I love it.
That's why I love it.
That's why I don't eat it. That's disgusting.
That's true too.
But that was my first question. Lee, what do you got? Or do you
I thought we were gonna do what would you name each other now?
Lucas would 100% do Dustin. I think
100% he's Dustin. Lucas is Dustin for sure.
Yeah.
Lucas is actually Dustin in my phone.
Matt, I would change Matt's name to Wally. I think it suits him.
Wally? That is my name. That technically is my name.
But now it's.
I feel like I'd change it to Timbit.
Instead of like Tim Buck, I'm just Timbit.
Like a Tim Hortons Timbit, but sure.
Okay. Cool.
Lee.
Excuse me.
Maddie, what you got for him?
Lapinder, 100%.
Obviously.
That's a pretty.
Obviously.
Actually, that is your name though, so. I thought you froze there for a second, but
no, I was just so disappointed.
I think for you, I would choose Jesus, but spelt like JAYZOOS.
Jesus.
No, no hyphen. What about hyphen between the Y
That's good too.
An equal sign.
J
equals Zeus.
Yo, underscore on.
Bold.
Yo, I like
that. I bold it where they have to say it with like
Yeah, we're definitely in the
And then-
generation now where some kid's gonna have an underscore in their name.
or numbers, because like all the Matthews
Numbers.
are taken, so it's like Matthew 69. That one kid's like, yeah.
So if you're
Or like capital X, small X, underscore Matthew, underscore
That's
small X, capital X.
like your Xbox tag, your first one ever, that'd be
So
sick.
good.
What were you gonna say, Lucas?
I think I just said it.
That?
Great.
Okay.
I'm so glad.
That's all I had.
Cool.
Alright. Lee, what question you got queued up?
Yeah, sure. I've got one. Let's start with what is fuck it. It'll be a 2-part one. What is the best purchase you've ever made? And what's the worst purchase you've ever made?
Did we look at the same question?
Probably.
I saw that one.
I like that one.
Best purchase I've ever made. Let me think about that for a second.
Okay, so I guess I could start at least for best purchase. Let's start with a round of best purchases. I have a hard time arguing against my car because that thing's done so much for me.
He has this sick Civic.
It's a lame answer, I get it,
It's
but I
sick
really
Civic,
don't
though.
think I made a
I
better
think it could be both my best and worst.
Well, you're worth
it's-
it. What? You're worth investment?
Yeah, but that's why it would be why I would classify it as the worst purchase, because
Right.
it's depreciating insanely high for nothing. just
That's true.
because. I wouldn't
That's
actually. I would say that it's my worst for that reason. Like I love my new car and stuff, but for that reason, I'd have to say it's like a big loss of money for
No,
sure.
you know what my worst purchase was?
What?
Hexo shares.
Bro, I still have mine.
Me too. Me too.
Do you really?
Bro, it's at like 250 now or something.
Yeah, I told
Our
I
source.
told my source that about it, and he's like, "Listen, if you still got them and it hasn't recovered in a year, he's like, I'll just give you what you've lost." He's like, "I'm so sorry."
That's so funny.
Did you put a lot
That
into it?
is...
Yeah, I put 100 shares at $6. It's now
Oh!
245. Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's actually take it back. That is my worst purchase too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yo, X was a bad one. I didn't go that hard, but that was a bad one. What about you, Lucas? What's your best and worst?
I think as of right now, like I'd say my happiest purchase, like, in my opinion, best right now would be
Your green screen?
maybe. You know what I mean? I'd say my first car, my first SUV, was probably my best purchase ever.
Hmm.
It was like it was the perfect one. Got me through what I needed. Winter all-wheel drive. I took it for a spin though. I painted its rims red and stuff. Oh god, what a goof. Worst purchase? Yo, honestly, if I could, you know what? I even got it for free. I would consider it the worst purchase right here.
Yeah,
I got it
that's
for
a pretty
free and I
fucking
regret
bad
it.
one.
You know what I mean? Like that's bad.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a bad
Yeah,
one.
absolutely.
Again, the worst fucking alcohol I've ever put in my
Yeah,
mouth.
that's not a joke. That is legit the
I
worst. drink I've
truly
ever
cannot
had.
think of a worse. Yeah, I can't.
I almost wrote a complaint.
We should have just returned it.
Yeah, just like be like, listen, I know it's not full. and
Try
stuff,
it. You'll
but-
see why we're returning it.
Yeah, no, they're probably like, oh my god, it's the 50th one this week.
That's probably the only sale they've ever made.
No,
I
someone
hope-
else
I
fell
hope it
for
is.
it.
Yeah.
Someone else
best.
fell for
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna say the best purchase was. God, that's hard.
But
Right?
Yeah.
I would say probably my first smartphone. I was on the Android wave like when it first started. Mine was my first Android phone. Lee froze again, and he looked really sad.
What is?
Was the Sony Ericsson? It was a Sony Ericsson, the Xperia, and it was the first smartphone, Android phone that had Facebook integration. So like I could look at Facebook on my phone. This was in 2010, so this was like no one had this kind of shit. And I remember when I got it, my friends were like, "That is like the coolest fucking thing." Like I was like, "Look, I can post on my status on Facebook from my phone." And it was like, "Whoa,
Whoa.
that's sick, dude!" Yeah, like back then it was like the coolest shit. And then like I've only ever had Android phone ever since then.
What was the first game you got on your phone?
I don't know. That's actually a great question. I don't know. I didn't really. I had a touch. I had one of those iTouch. What the hell was like the iPod Touch? iPod Touch, I guess what it was called.
iTouch, yeah.
I used that for my games. I played
Jetpack Gyroid.
No, that too. Yes, but Doodle Jump. I played the shit out of that too.
Yo, for me, Angry Birds. I thought it was a sickest game.
Oh, Angry Birds was same with Plants vs Zombies. That shit was fire.
Fruit Ninja, Jetpack Joyride. Those things were sick. Those are the games.
What about Lee? Did you? Oh, you said your best was you guys both said best was car.
Yeah. Specifically, my first car.
So basic. Anyways.
All right. Can I go to the next question?
Yeah, it's your turn.
That's my question too.
Okay, yo, how long? Do we know how long that was, and then we can make up for it at the end? Keep the time going, or do we even care?
No, let's go for like Lucas probably talked. That was probably what, like an 8-minute story.
Sure.
That sound like a lot. Actually, that sounds like a long time. That was maybe 5.
5. Let's go 5.
Okay.
All right. So, I guess it's my turn to ask a question. What is the dumbest way you've been injured?
Oof.
I broke my collarbone playing touch football in grade 7.
Yo, are you kidding?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You broke it?
Yeah.
I broke my collarbone playing touch football.
No, I told you. We're literally
the same. That's insane. How did I not know that? That's crazy. And what kind of touch football are we playing?
No, I went to go jump up and catch the ball, and someone that was behind me tried to jump too, and they landed on me while I had the ball. So when I fell, the ball was in my hands. I landed on my collarbone, and I thought I dislocated my shoulder. So I was like, I just walked. I like literally was like, I'm just gonna go sit down. I went sat down by the wall, and then it was so sore, and I went into the office and I said, "Can you call my mom?" And
that's so funny.
And then they called. My mom immediately saw me. She said she burst into tears. She had to turn away and collect herself.
Oh, that's
because my shirt was hanging off of my hanging off of my collarbone, and it was it looked like I was standing like this, but I was that was just normal. And she was like, "Holy shit, you're fucked."
He's dead.
What did you have to do about it? Did you go to the hospital and stuff?
Yeah, I went and they basically put it in a cast, or not a cast, sorry, a sling. I had to wear a sling. And I remember one of my teachers in grade 7, the next week, because I got to a point where I would just hold my arm, I didn't have to have it casted, or sorry, in the sling. And he was one of my teachers called me out. He's like, "How come you haven't been doing the gym, anything in the gym, with gym?" And I was like, "My collarbone's broken." He's like, "You're not even wearing the sling." I was like, I don't have to wear why do you think I'm holding? Why do you think I just sit like this? I'm like, I don't have to wear it. He's like, "I don't know." And then I had to
damn right you don't know.
I was like, okay. So I had to get he had to ask my primary teacher, because we had rotary teachers after grade 6 to that you get different teachers to I guess prep you for high school. And yeah, that they had to ask my primary teacher they had to confirm that I actually had broken my collarbone.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, dude, why? What's the deal?
That's because for them that could be a lawsuit if they don't do anything about it.
Sure,
he's it's not broken. You're not even wearing it. I was like, bro, they can't cast your fucking collarbone.
Yeah, how do you do that? Impossible.
So Lee, how did yours?
You broke yours in grade 7?
No. So okay, so here's the thing: is it wasn't grade 7. It was grade 9 or 10. But the thing is, I didn't know I fractured it. Mine wasn't a full break; it was a fracture. I didn't know that at the time, anyways. And it wasn't until years and years later. Where was I? I think I was at the beach with some of my friends, and Grand Champ, who was on this podcast, our first guest, was he also does massage therapy, and like you said, one shoulder's hanging way lower. I never noticed that about me, and he looked at me and he was like, "Oh, Lee, one of your shoulders is really fucked up." And I was like, "Huh? Is it?" And he's like, "Yeah, hangs way lower than the other." I was like, "Oh shit, crazy!" I didn't notice, but things started to click because before, anytime I did any overhead exercises, I would immediately pull something in my neck or upper back, and I was like, "Fuck, I just can't do no matter how light the weight was." I just couldn't do anything over
weak, dude. Wow.
Yeah, I was just that much of a bitch. And then one of my cousins started studying kinesiology and stuff, and she was like, "Oh, Lee, like, yeah, your shoulder's fucked up. Like, your right one hangs way lower than your left." And I was like, "Oh, what the hell?" She's like, "You should go get that checked out." And I was like, "Okay." So I went to the doctors and did an X-ray, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you fractured your collarbone a long time ago, and it's settled the way it is." They're like, "Well, how do I fix it?" And they're like, "You can't. Like, the only way to fix it is break it, and then we fix it." And I was like, "Whoa, fuck, no!" Like, I'm not doing that. But so I don't know for a fact if it was when we were playing football, but the only memory I have is we were playing touch football, and halfway through the game, everyone's like, "Fuck it, let's play tackle." And I was like, "Fuck it, whatever." So we're not wearing any gear or anything, and I went to tackle a guy, and he just ran right into my shoulder, and I remember it hurting. That's the only thing I could think where it could happen.
So what did your break look like? Because mine legit broke like this. Like, it went like to your collarbone is like that, and mine actually broke like that.
It broke upwards. Well,
yeah, but it didn't pierce my skin, luckily. But
thank goodness. At least based on the X-ray, it looked like it cracked downward. Like, it was like a crack, kind of like on an angle. Like, basically, I guess a hairline fracture. Sorry, I shouldn't say crack. But yeah, that's
when they said that you have to re-break it. Did you pull the? Well, you break it, you buy it. Did you say that to them? You should.
Yeah, you guys have to pay for it since you broke it. Yeah, no, they said they'd have to break it and like put in because it's breaking. They'd have to put in like a metal plate and like
ooh.
I was like, fuck it, like, I'm fine.
Yo, but they did say that they could just be like, here, let's just boom right back and
right.
God, how much do you think that would hurt?
Oh well, so that's what I thought was crazy is I don't remember fracturing it. So the fact that I fractured my collarbone and had adrenaline, or I suppose the adrenaline, right? So I was like, well, it didn't hurt then, at least enough for me to be concerned.
I'm sure they'd put you out. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna be like, yo, get ready for this.
They just pull out a sledgehammer and fuck my shit up.
A baseball bat, yeah.
No, but
zombie.
Because I mean, I still do every now and then. I get these like gnarly headaches, like to the point where like sometimes like I like have to say like I can't do anything. And they were saying like since it's pulling down this shoulder, like sometimes it could be the cause of my headaches, but it could potentially lead to like my right hand going numb and potentially losing all feeling in my right hand. And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
so wait, so is it
I don't know what
like
to
not even?
Yeah, it's still not even. Yeah. Next time we hang out, I'll show you.
Just break it, dude.
I am not breaking it. No way. I'll live with it. I'll fucking
we'll do it on your when we go away for your wedding. We'll just break it.
Just make sure we film it so we can put it on the Insta page.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not doing it for nothing.
You were just talking about being the Terminator. This is your chance to actually be part robot, bro. Like, this is your opportunity.
No, having a metal plate in your collarbone isn't robot.
That's cyborg as shit, man.
Yeah, that's pretty metal.
You ever watch no.
What about you, Lucas?
Joke.
Mine was fucking great. What about you, Lucas? What's the stupidest way you got injured?
So in high school, I think like grade 10, I snuck out of a class to race someone. Like, run. Just run. And yo, we're so smart. Like, our finish line was like 1 meter away from a brick wall. So I finished and I like lost traction and I tried to catch the wall and I fractured my wrist. Like, it just like popped. And then I never went to get checked out. I just popped it back in. I popped it back in. Yes, it felt okay. And then for like 3 days it was sore and then it was fine.
So do you have any recurring problems from it now?
Well, I can crack both my wrists, but like I can do it for both. I don't know. I only did it for
so it has nothing to do with the
yeah,
you popping your wrist.
I think it's fine. No, actually, you know what's funny? I was bench pressing today and it actually felt on my right wrist, so maybe it's finally catching up with me.
I thought you were gonna say that story about when you missed us going to Grand Bend because when you fell on the
bro.
No, that's not what I want to talk about.
That's far worse.
So good. That was one day you'll talk about that one because that was amazing.
I almost got executioned.
You almost got
executed. Yeah, executed.
You just executed
next
yourself.
Question. What's the next question?
How do you get execution? The fuck?
It sounds cooler
though. Sounds wrong.
Yo, what would you say is the closest thing to real magic in the world?
Wait, I asked this last week.
Yeah, you asked this last week. Did we say Wi-Fi? Did we say the answer was Wi-Fi? Yeah, Bluetooth. Sorry, Bluetooth.
Shit. My bad.
Man. Yo, this guy found my site. We're all using the same site.
Yeah, legit. Okay, what do you think would most likely be the way that you die?
Oh.
If you had to guess.
Ooh. Probably a heart attack. Because I eat like a fucking piece
I
of
think it would
shit.
be my liver.
Yes, I think it would be a liver.
Oh.
And that's not strictly because of alcohol, but it's also because of like, again, diet too. Like fatty foods and stuff also takes a toll on your liver.
True.
And I'm like you, I don't have the best diet.
Yeah, me too.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
My diet's what'll kill me.
I think I'll eventually die from heights. Like doing something that involves heights. It's like
but
my
you're
greatest
scared
fear.
of heights.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I just went skydiving too. Like, I feel like I'm gonna keep testing, and eventually, I'm gonna die by heights.
Does the height kill you though?
Well, I mean, like something to do with
fall.
falling. With falling.
He just stands
So
on a ladder. Dead.
Yo, what if I have a heart attack and I fall and I die by hitting my
You
head?
would die from a heart attack.
I just said die by hitting my head. You didn't even listen to us.
Yeah, and the heights didn't kill you. Blunt force trauma did.
Dude,
Yeah.
we literally just talked
But
about how some people like don't even finish their point.
Rooted. It's technically rooted. Root cause heart attack.
Rooted. It's technically rooted.
Yeah, it's rooted in the fact that you had a heart attack, which caused you to fall off the ladder and blunt force trauma to the head.
Yep.
It's a heart attack that killed you.
And they technically just blame it as McDonald's. I guess that's what happens in the States. You just sue each other.
It's just a big pissing match.
That question went way faster than I thought, but anyways, that's fine.
It was pretty quick.
That was relatively quick.
What's the best compliment you've ever received?
Ooh. Best compliment that you've ever received.
Okay, I'll okay.
Okay,
You know?
go.
I was just so we can fill the dead air and while you guys think. There was a girl I was seeing years and years ago, and yeah, fuck it, I'll tell you all the details. We were at her apartment, and
what's her name?
All right, no, I'm not gonna pull
address.
No, yeah, we were like hanging out and shit, and she said I had a powerful smile, which to me was a big compliment because honestly, I'll be completely honest. Whenever I see pictures of me smiling and stuff, I'm like, why the fuck do I look? I'm sure a lot of people think this. I don't know, but I know for sure me. I look at, I'm like, fuck, like I gotta stop. I gotta stop smiling in pictures and shit, or just stop being in pictures. And like, I mean, we spoke about it in the body modification one. Like, if I could change anything, I would change my fucking teeth for sure. Like,
Let's see, give us a smile. Give us a quick smile. Okay, you froze like right before. No, you got a good. That's a good smile because your bottom teeth are covered.
But you suck at you suck at smiling for photos, is what you mean.
I just never really thought I just never thought I was really good at smiling anyways. Like, that's just not a feature I thought I had. Probably still don't. But when she said that, I was like, not only did she just say, oh, nice smile, or whatever, she was like, oh, like that's like, she stopped in the moment of making out, I'll be honest. And she's like, wow, you got a powerful smile. And I was like, oh, wow. Like,
that's an interesting. Yeah.
Damn, girl. If you ever watch this and you remember
it too, she's like,
no.
Your smile so powerful.
Oh my god. No. Just this, she remembers that moment. Thank you. You gave me some confidence.
I would say I don't know if it's the best one, but like the one that made me feel really good was, and I guess it's good because, or maybe it's I know it's genuine because it's happened more than once, was when I've been playing music and people have come up and be like, yo, you have such a good taste in music. And I was like,
nice.
Thank you. Like that, I think that's always, I think that's like one of the best ones because it's like,
oh, you're dancing.
Yeah, that's a not.
They both go together.
Me, not to the same extent. Not to the same extent.
Okay.
No.
Really?
I've seen people compliment you about your dancing in front of your face. You're usually just too drunk to pay attention to them. Like, he's like dancing. She'll be talking and he'll like be like
yeah,
like he'll dance. She's like, I really like your dancing.
I think it's because the way I look at it is, I'm like okay, like I've got like a natural knack for it, but I'm not nearly as talented as like, I guess because I look at people I see on Instagram. Again, we talked about not doing.
We'll just have to make a dance video to show everyone.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's like I don't think I'm
I'm very talented
in that aspect. But I guess to someone who has like zero rhythm, I feel or not the same caliber, it's like, oh, you're so good. I'm like, I'm not really like that good. I'm like, I'm just better than I guess some, but I guess because my comparative point is like people you see on Instagram and stuff. And
Yeah, like the best of the best.
Yeah,
That was like the longest way to
that's
say
not
that you're
fair.
above average.
The longest way to toot his own horn.
Yeah. No, it's
I'm
negative.
pretty-
It's not
I'm
even.
not
tooting
saying, but I'm
Oh,
definitely not that crayon drawing I saw in Lee's
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, definitely taste in music. I think is one of the best ones.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
What about
Me,
you,
it was
Lucas?
Brian, yeah.
We can skip Lucas because he probably hasn't gotten any.
My grandma said a lot this week. For me, it was when I was like my first year of my weight loss journey, and some guy at the gym came up to me after I finished changing, and he's like, "Yo, bro, I noticed you've been killing it here. You'll keep it up, and you'll look like a titan." And he like gave me props and shit. I was like,
That's sick.
I really appreciate that. That was sick. And later on, like a few years later, I was dating someone. We went to Niagara Falls. Someone literally walked up to me and called me a titan. And I'm like, wow, look at that.
Titan, like a tight end. They were looking at your butt cheeks.
No, they're saying nice titties, but I misheard them.
It's funny. I mean, for anyone who doesn't know Lucas's past, he was once upon a time a very big boy, and I'll say it one time and one time only. He's obviously had an amazing transformation. Kudos to him. Proud of the guy. But like maybe it was a couple weeks ago, I told Lucas this story. But like a couple weeks ago, I made some kind of I forget what it was. I made some kind of fat joke about Lucas. And my mom was like, "Oh, what? But like Lucas has gotten so much smaller." And I was like, "Look, what you need to understand is I don't give a fuck. Lucas could become the most jacked guy in the world. He could be the next Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm gonna make fat jokes because it is what it is. Just as I could become the next Ronnie Coleman, he's gonna make skinny jokes. I don't care. That's just what it's. That's like our friendship.
Your friendship. Yeah,
that's our friendship. Like I don't care. Like he knows he's doing great. He doesn't need me to pat him on the back. So I'm gonna jump.
So funny enough, though, is that now when I joke about myself like being fat, I don't even take it seriously anymore. And then like some people are like, "Oh, don't say that about yourself. It's okay." I'm like, "Oh, like I'm not getting offended. I'm like, I think it's funny. Like it's because I same thing. Like I wouldn't consider myself super fat anymore. So
no,
it was great because I was looking at it on. I was looking through like Facebook like pictures and stuff, and there was one that had come up at a party we were at. I think in Mike Ams's basement, and
that's a colleague
Nikki
of ours.
Saw a picture. It was like she's like, "Whoa, was that Lucas?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's like how big Lucas was back then." And people are like mind blown at the transition that you.
Yo, maybe I'll play a video on our Instagram page or something just so you can get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if you're comfortable with it or not, but I think you should definitely post comparison pictures because I think it would motivate a lot of people.
Yo, I'm gonna wait till your wedding. Get some nice after pics.
He's gonna play. He's gonna play it at the slideshow.
He's gonna play.
I'm so happy for you, but you should be happy for me. Check this out.
Yeah. That would be so good.
That would be so
amazing.
That would be so good.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, this with Sprite actually ain't bad.
Shut your mouth.
I hate to say
you don't have to lie to us.
Yes, it is.
You don't have to lie to us.
Sprite zero, because that means zero taste.
That's
like the watermelon bullshit. So
yeah, okay. All right, Lucas, it's your turn.
Oh, for question. I thought I just told you guys.
Question.
Open up to you. If you could be one fictional character in the world from anything, who would you be? Like, if you could absorb their powers, basically.
Their powers are like their entire life, like you become them.
No, just like you take their powers on, and then you can use it here.
John Wick.
What? That's what? That's what you picked?
Bro, I'd be the best assassin in the world. I would make so much money. Look at how rich he was. Look at his house, and no one would ever fuck with you.
Just become.
Everyone was fucking with him.
No, because
everyone was fucking.
No, that was the whole point of the movie. Is that there was not a single person not fucking with him. Even pedestrians looked at him.
But it's all because someone killed his dog and stole his car. That's all that started it.
Sure.
As long as people don't do that, we're good. But in the event that someone did, then I'd be able to. I would have made a lot of money too. You know what I mean?
Maddie would be like, I know what fucked over John Wick. I'm gonna make sure it never happens again. 24/7 surveillance cameras on the dog.
No, my dog's not allowed to leave this room. Dog lives a whole.
They have laser pointers with their guns, and dog just chases them. Like, oh look at.
Oh man, I don't know. The first thing I go on.
Sorry, no, you go first.
The first thing that came to my mind was being one of the Fairly Odd Parents. Bro, I could just make whatever wishes I want. I could be John Wick too.
No, but can you make them for yourself?
And a fairy.
No, you can't make them for yourself. You'd have to make someone's wishes come true.
It's all about giving back, baby. It's about being.
So if they're like, person. I wish I had a big fleshlight right now. You'd be like, oh man.
I don't become it.
They do sometimes, don't they?
Well, yeah, I don't have to. I just make it.
No, you.
Well, in that case, I'd become it.
That kind of sucks.
Okay, but since they always transform in their color scheme, are you taking a new color scheme, or are you gonna keep one of theirs, the green or the pink?
I'm taking a new color scheme.
What color?
Can you do that? Because then he's not taking their powers.
Their power isn't their color.
Yes, it is. That's
no,
what gives them power.
Yo, I feel like you'd choose purple. Purple.
Hell yes, I'd pick purple.
Yeah.
No.
What about you, Lucas?
If I had, honestly, I'm siding on Omni-Man, bro. I think being Omni-Man's fucking dope. I don't know if anyone's
basically
ever watched
Superman.
The Invincibles. It's basically Superman on
isn't
steroids.
he the guy on the Omni channel? Isn't that channel about him?
Does that channel still exist?
Shut up.
I think so.
Yeah.
That, or honestly, if I were to choose a more relevant superhero that most people will know, Spider-Man.
That is hype. Spider-Man is.
Because in the comics, he's
about not superhero?
Way stronger.
What about fictional that's not a superhero? Like another one that I would pick was maybe like Spencer Reed from Criminal Minds. He was fucking smart and he could like photographic memory. Like not like a super, like they don't have powers. They're just a cool person or incredibly intelligent.
If you could take like their intelligence
or something about them, whatever trait makes them cool.
Can I be like Knight Rider and get the talking car? Kit the talking.
So I guess you want to be the talking car?
No, I don't want to be the car. I want to have the car.
No.
Like, can I choose someone's body rather than a personality?
Sure.
Ooh, what?
Or to be put in someone's body. See, I would choose someone obviously younger. I choose someone younger now, so that way I can like have more lifespan.
More life.
Other than that, I'd choose like Jake Gyllenhaal or something. But
he's a fictional character, man. He's real.
No, he's not. Not to me.
He's a real guy.
Not to me, dude. He's unreal. He's unreal.
This guy thinks Jake Gyllenhaal's not real.
He's not real. He's a myth. No. I thought he was a fairy tale.
This guy thinks Heath Ledger
played what?
Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal's a character in every movie.
I'm
gonna tag Jake Gyllenhaal in this post.
That's a good one. Fictional character who could be Jake Gyllenhaal. And he said someone younger. Jake Gyllenhaal's older than you.
No, I'm saying if it wasn't restricted due to age, I would choose him. But since I want to choose younger,
why are you restricting?
He's older. I'm saying that I want to choose someone younger.
Your choice can be whoever you want to be. He's like, if only I had to pick someone younger. We're like, bro, you can pick whoever you want.
No, because I thought like I'd take
big
on, like,
brain power. Big brain power.
That's good.
Oh man, I needed that laugh. That was great.
Yeah, we definitely have to tag him. That's so funny.
Oh, that's hilarious. Fuck.
Okay, sorry. So, other than Jake Gyllenhaal, which fictional character would you be?
Peter Parker.
Who's not a superhero?
He's not a superhero.
He's not.
Peter Parker's just a kid who got bit by a spider.
Okay. He's a superhero.
Spider-Man is the superhero.
Get out of here.
Jake Gyllenhaal is the superhero in that one. No.
Good point.
The worst.
Man, that was funny.
Man.
All right. Whose question is it next?
Can I be Judge Judy then?
Who asked
I want to be Judge Judy.
He's real.
I know.
Yes.
I know she's real.
Who asked that one?
Me.
You asked that one. Did you?
And I fucked it.
It's you, Matt.
So that was Maddie. Sorry, I chose like fictional. I chose fictional. Sorry.
No, whose question?
Then he ran over.
Yeah, that wasn't my question.
Okay, so it's Matt's question.
Yeah, sorry.
What action or actions in your life do you think will have the longest impact, and how long do you think those impacts will last? Does that make sense?
No, what do you mean?
Like, do you think something you've done in your life has like a ripple effect that will like to this day? Like, I guess a good one for you would be your shoulder. Would be an example of that. But yeah, like, are there, and like for me, I would think. Well, I guess this one's kind of because it's the fact that it's like related to credit. Like, when I first turned 18, I got a credit card, bro. I bought so much stuff online right away. My credit card, like they like froze my account. They're like, it looks like they froze it for like fraud because they thought someone was like, still like, no, I just got this.
I'm balling, baby.
I'm excited.
It put me in a bad spot because I was like 18. I was working like 15 hours a week, and I was like spending way faster than I was making money. And then from there, it was just not good for quite a few years. And obviously, with credit, it's something that took a long time to fix. But that sucked. Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
There was times when I was younger that it was like, I don't know if I've got enough money for my car. Like, I can't, like, if they take it out, I might go, I might not have money anymore. But made it out. But it sucked. It was like that for a long time.
Yeah, that one's rough. That's brutal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because then it impacts like everything. Like, then you can't get more money to do stuff like buy a house or buy stuff. You know what I mean? Stuff you actually need.
Can I say actually, sorry, before I say my thing, just to add to your point, it's funny, a coworker of ours was saying similar situation when he got his he had his credit card, but then he got they offered him a credit limit increase.
Yeah.
I think it was like to 20,000 or something like that. And he was like, absolutely. And the day he got his increase, he bought everybody in his work, he bought lunch for everybody. And that's just an astronomical amount right there. I mean, relatively anyways. And he just fucked his credit right up. Like he filled that 20,000 immediately.
Yeah.
And just had to dig his way out of it. And like, he fucked himself.
That's how it goes, man. It's
brutal.
Tough. That's a tough hole to dig out.
Brutal. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. For myself, can I say joining JITS? Is that too vague?
Oh yeah, you could, like, in a positive way, I guess.
Yeah,
you could. I don't know why I thought of that negative. That's weird, but yeah, you could say that.
Such a negative person, bro.
Yeah, the guy's a pessimist.
Should we just do one of each?
Sure. Yeah, positive would definitely be joining JITS because that's something I feel like I'm going to do until my body can no longer do it. Move on from me. I gotta think of a negative one.
Negative for me would have been, I think, starting gaming the way I did. I started with a game that you had to play every day to get caught up. I wish I chose a more casual gaming, so I didn't like game my whole childhood and get fat in the first place. So that's probably it.
Not bad.
Yeah.
But what about all the like friends you've made and
It's true. I mean, I did make friends from across the board who I've talked to for like decades now. But honestly, like, if it's funny because my positive one would have been starting to lose weight. So like my whole life would have been changed, bro. My whole life would have been different. It's insane. If you really think about how. So see, that's the ripple effect.
Yeah, for positive one, I would think it would be when I left Walmart recently, last couple of years. They like my team was like 70, 80 people in the department that I worked in and led. They threw like they did it for like the managers that we had. So there was like my manager left and they did one for him, and then when I left they did one for me. But they did like a little lunch where they all brought like food from their different varying cultures, and like some people legit were like crying when like I was like, it was my last. And it was weird because I only know these people for like a year and a half, you know what I mean? They were like, I guess I had impacted their lives in a positive way, and they're just like, we're never gonna have like a supervisor like you again. Like, we're so thankful, and that like really stuck with me because I knew that I was doing something right, at least at a professional level, to to be able to have that level of impact on
people. Don't understand. Sometimes leaving a job is actually very hard for that reason. Like when I left, one of the companies we left to, like, a lot of people left together. I left every employee a card.
I didn't get a card.
I didn't get a card.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you guys did.
I didn't get a card.
You like left?
No, genuinely, I think I'm pretty sure
we just like collected it in our garbage and just like threw it out. Didn't even open it.
It's just Lucas. We'll see him tomorrow.
When I told him that I was leaving, I almost cried. We had like these huddles where before the shift started, the supervisors would talk to the team. I legit almost cried telling them that I was leaving because it was just I had grown. You obviously grow close to these people. Everyone when you work with them like days a week for 8 hours. It was hard. It was like really tough to talk about. Like I remember I had to like collect myself in the middle of my talking to them to be like, I can't, like, I'm sorry, but I'm just, you guys mean a lot.
He's like, I'm leaving for so much more money. It's like breaking it from them. Yeah, guys,
it was seriously.
I gotta be stuck here without me.
Yeah.
But
yeah. On that note, did I ever mention on the podcast the last job that I left and how they treated it when I left? Okay, so
do you want to talk about it? It's up to you.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll make it quick in case I did touch upon it before. But the job that I worked at before, a bunch of people, like any job, there's turnover and stuff. And my boss at the time, so it was my boss, and then Lucas and I were next under him, and then we had our own teams underneath us. There was a time when Lucas and I both ran one building, but then we split up and we're both running two separate buildings. But one of our team leads, so someone below us, left the company, and our boss sent out this wonderfully written email to the entire company being like, hey, I want everyone to take a moment to, thank this guy for all of his hard work. He's great, yada, yada, whatever. Peace. Awesome. Great. Now that I'm in a new building, this guy is still my boss, and I have another boss. So like there are two people that I have to report to.
Like Eiffel Tower, like he has to talk to one here and he has to talk to one.
Basically. So then I leave. I'm like, hey guys, like I'm leaving. See ya. And I was like, okay, cool. And then no one says a goddamn thing. Like no one cares. No one cares about Lee, even though I was in like, I had more responsibility. I did more for I don't want to say I did more for the company, but I did.
You're in a position of power.
I was definitely in a position of power, but no one said a damn thing about me. I was like, yo, what the hell? Until Grace, who was another guest on our podcast, she came in for my last day to bring a cake for me, which was very nice because we both worked together in that warehouse. I was like, oh, cool. And I told her, I was like, yo, it's kind of funny. Like, this is my last day and no one said anything. I don't care, but that's fine. So she writes up this big email.
Sounds like you care.
I really can't. But she writes up this big email being like, hey, I want everyone to know, like, this is the last day of our fearless leader, Lee, blah, 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 whatever. He's leaving the company, this and that. And she bigs me up real big. I was like, oh, thanks. And she sends it to everyone in the company. And then I look and I'm like, bitch, you sent that from my email. So it looks like I sent it to everyone in the company. Being like,
so
hey,
funny.
I'm leaving, guys. And I was like, oh my God.
The best part is
no
they
way.
didn't erase his email signature. So it had her name, like, thank you, her name. And then it had his email signature, which had his whole name and credentials underneath. So it's like, bro, like.
I was like, yo, I look like such an idiot now.
And
Dude,
no one responded but me.
No, I got to add a couple other
Did you?
men. Respond. Yeah, just a couple.
Wow. They just single replied. They didn't reply all. The proper way to reply to email chains, by the way.
Yeah,
if it's
exactly.
something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was so freaking funny. I was like, you bastard. Makes me look like some.
Wow, you're so conceited, dude.
Yeah, apparently. It's my world. You all
no, not apparently. I wasn't like saying that in relation to your story. I was just stating
fact. Just fact. Okay, my bad.
That's
apparently
classic. What about you, Lucas?
So what was the question again?
Did you say both?
Oh yeah. Sorry, you did say both, right?
Yeah. I didn't know if we had a new question or not.
No, I actually totally forgot that was a go off of another question.
Yeah.
Well, that was a tangent of I guess.
That was a tangent. Yeah, it was a bit of a tangent. It was a bit of a tangent.
I like totally lost with
the. Okay, so what was one of your best, let's say, pickup lines? One of your favorite, or that you think was the most successful?
I already know. Mine wasn't even a line.
I know what yours is too. And I'm hoping you would say that because that's one of my favorite ones of all time. But
my go-to. So I used to do this thing when we used to go to Nash. I used to use it like every time. I would like look at I'd go up to someone that was at the bar and I would be like, "Oh, excuse me, miss, you have something on your shirt," and they would like look and I would do like the flick in the nose and I'd go shh. And then they would I'd be like, and then they would laugh and I'd be like, dude, like, can I buy you a drink, whatever. And most of the time they would like they would be
That's a
fine.
good
with
one.
it.
I think that's fun.
Honestly,
if they don't enjoy it, you're like, oh, you just walk away.
It's foolproof because it's funny. Like no one's gonna not think it's funny. And yeah, if you just back off into the distance, it's hilarious. But I cannot tell you guys how fucking successful that one was. Like, I was the first time I saw it, I was blown away. I was like, no, that worked. And then a dozen times after, and it just kept working. And I was like, this is amazing.
That came from a Key and Peele skit where they did that.
Was
That's
it?
where I got that from. Yeah.
Oh, no way.
But it wasn't like they did it as a joke. They didn't do it as a pickup line. They did it as like a he gets him like all the time. And it's like this whole scene where he dies and stuff.
I've seen that.
And then he goes to the graveyard and he's like, I'll get you one last time. And then the skeleton comes out and like points at his shirt and he looks down and he flicks him from death and he's like, no! He's like crying in the rain. It's so funny. So we'll maybe I'll find a link for it. But that's where I got it from. And then I used to use it. I used to use it all the time. Not even as a pickle line. Sometimes it's like an icebreaker for people or to ruin people's nights. I guess that also happened as a
that happened. That happened.
That was one of my favorites. That was a fun one. Even now, like we'll try to bust it out randomly to people to see if they forget about it.
I think it's great. I genuinely love that one. Love it.
Yeah.
You're gonna say it, Lucas?
I was gonna say for me, it was the pickup line I use on a dating app, which is I'm working on a book. I was wondering if you could help me. And they'd be like, oh, like what kind of book is it? I'm like, it's a phone book and I'm missing your number.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Not
it
bad.
worked.
Not bad.
Oh man.
This would be after some conversation, so I'd kind of work it in, be like, oh, you're working in like this field? I'm actually writing a book about this field. Could you help me out? So like I'd like,
so it's not like the opening conversation opener.
No.
That's
how you better. That's how you number close.
Yeah, solid.
That's a little better. I thought that was like your opening line in a Tinder conversation or something.
It's not good to open with for sure.
Yeah, now I know this one wasn't really a pickup line for you, Lucas, but I know you do have a line that's pretty fucking great if you want to share with us. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Is it so? Also, sometimes I'll ask, I'm like, I just wanted to put in a good word, and then I drop in spaghetti. Is it that one?
No. And that was mine. That was mine. This
I thought you were allowing me to steal it for you.
No.
Oh, thanks, man.
No, that was fucking mine.
But did you guys like it?
Son of a bitch. No,
At least like my number is. He just gives me his number.
I do love. No, I'm talking about the someone's coming.
Yeah, wait. Let me hear this.
This is a story. This isn't really a pickup line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know it's not a pickup line. But it's a one-liner kind of.
So one time, Lee and I were joking around, and this is back when I was in like in a relationship, and I was like, "Yo, what if like one day while doing stuff with my girl, I'm like, oh my god, someone's coming. Who is it? Me." And I did it. I think I was in a group chat with this girl's friends for quite some time after that.
Yo, that's funny.
But the thing is, she laughed. Like she like fully enjoyed it. And
that's great.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
All one.
That's a good one.
Absolutely.
It would have been funny if you said you and then she's like, no, I'm not. You're like, okay.
I actually said someone's name and then like they walked in and like, can I join? I'm like, who the fuck? What's going? Oh, that's just Jack.
That's why I'm always standing outside your door. I'm waiting for the invitation, but you never say my name.
I need an announcement.
That's a good one.
I call you in like a wrestling referee.
I'm gonna before I guess I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna use that one.
The Lucas's one?
Yeah. I'm gonna
use on me. Like who is it?
I'm
gonna bust that line out at Lee's wedding. Oh my god, guess who's coming? Just mic drop.
All the groomsmen at the same time.
That's so funny.
They all just...
That's so good. You just have to make a little like Into the mic, real close. Oh man,
I can't wait.
Oh man.
What about you,
Yeah,
Lee?
no. So for me, first of all, yeah, the spaghetti joke was mine.
Not a joke. It's a
Lucas
lifestyle.
asked me to put in a good word with someone who I knew was single, so I messaged him and said spaghetti. Is that the good word? But that's not the one. That's not the pickup line that I want to say. One that I've used a couple times and legit, I thought it was a stupid joke, but the girls seem to like it. I would tell them like before we ever went on a first date, I was like, "Yo, can you do me one favor though? Like, could you not wear socks? Because I'm just gonna knock them off anyways." And yo, they fucking love that shit. And I'm like,
Yo,
what?
I kind of love that. I kind of fell in love with that. I'm gonna clean that as mine now.
You bastard.
Did you use that one with Emma?
Absolutely. But I had used it like 3 times prior to like, work out the kinks. And all the girls were like, "Oh, nice." And I was like, perfect. So yeah, my wife to be used that on our first date. And you know what? She fucking wore socks, that bitch.
Can't listen to instructions. That's a red flag right there.
Fucking wore socks. I know. I was pissed.
Huge red flag.
I'm not even joking. I actually looked on our first date. I like looked under the table. I was like, "You're wearing socks." And she's like, "Oh, I thought you were joking."
So did you like perfect because I brought my guitar and you played like a rock? I'm gonna rock them off, baby.
The crazy part though is
disintegrate right off her feet.
on one of
Her
the
hair
dates,
just like flying back in the wind. Oh.
on one of the dates that I had gone on before where I used that line during the date, like we're having a conversation, and I forget what the point was. I had told her some story and she brought it up. She's like, "Wow, you really did knock my socks off." I was like, "Oh, like that's kind of cool that you remembered and you tied it back in," because I was just being a dickhead. But yeah,
That's actually funny.
it's a good one.
If you'd asked me on a date with that line, I would have brought like socks in my bag with holes in them to be like, "Holy shit!" Like when you say something funny, just like drop them on the floor, like, "Oh my god!"
Whoa,
So
good. That's so good. We gotta make a skit. We gotta make a skit for that shit.
Dude, that would be hilarious.
Who is it?
I know, right? Give me a second.
Come in.
Yo, John Cena just comes, tackles him into the background.
Or RKO out of nowhere.
I would just love to see his background just like collapse in. What is something that you thought you'd encounter more when you were younger, that you thought you'd encounter as an adult more often, that you don't encounter at all? What's something that you're like, "Yo, this can be more of a problem when I get older"? Yo, for me, it was quicksand. As a kid,
What?
I saw it in like shows, like cartoon shows all the time. Like, yo, this is gonna be a problem. I'm gonna have to practice.
Yo, that's a good point. I actually think stop, drop, and roll for being on fire. Like, why is that such a thing you're taught so thoroughly growing up? Like, how frequently are people involved in fires?
That's true.
But think about like just how fucked up the world was when we were younger. And
I would think it's more fucked up
vulnerable
now.
kids, dude. Like they want to like secure from everything.
I think the world's more fucked up now. There wasn't like lockout drills or lockdown drills till like we were in grade like 5. Now like
that's because they just didn't care.
Yo, the fact that
no, but don't you think it's just
I'm
prevalent
totally
now?
kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Yeah.
I do agree.
Yeah, but you didn't notice that they're first responders, and they were also teaching you in the same time. They taught you stop, drop, and roll. They taught you how to cross the street looking both ways. It wasn't just that part. Like that was just a segment of it.
Yeah.
It's just like it's important to remember in case.
Yeah, but I guess the way it's stressed growing up, like how important it is to know that it's like you're gonna have to deal with this quite a bit.
But think about people who you see videos of people playing with gasoline and they're just running, flailing. Or if they just stop down and roll, it would have been. It's like you know your kids are going to be.
Does that work with gasoline though? Does stop, drop, and roll work with gasoline?
No, I don't.
It'll definitely help suffocate the fire, because if you run, you're going to oxygenate the fire and make it grow, and it'll just keep spreading faster. If you stop, drop, and roll, you're trying to suffocate the fire.
But I think it burns too much. No.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not a.
I think
you have to get hosed. Yeah.
I'll have to.
I think it's still the best.
Get hose. That's how you. That's how you beat fire.
Hose, baby. Yeah, baby. Get your hose to hose you down.
They just throw themselves at you.
No, for me, and I do support it being taught. I do like the emphasis on it, but I never had to face it. Was not talking to strangers. Definitely thought I'd be faced with that a lot more.
That's a good one.
It's more so
ain't nobody talking to me.
Learned it. I wish strangers learned it because they talk to me. I'm like, yo, leave me alone.
What
I
about
hear
talk to me.
shit?
What about though now with maybe our kids and their generation or the generations younger than us about talking to strangers online more
100%.
than in person?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. So here's a funny story. My niece, maybe a couple years ago, so she must have been like 5, maybe 4.5 at the time. She's playing on her iPad. And she's playing some game that does have like an online element to it, and people can chat in there. So her mother, my sister, was saying like, "Oh, like when you're playing this game, like don't talk to anybody unless me or your uncle's around. Like don't talk to anybody." And she's like, "Isn't that right, Lee?" And I was like, I was in there too, and I was like, "Yeah, like make sure one of us is around when you're talking to people. We need to be there to be safe stuff." And she looks up and she's like, "Guys, I can't read." And we're like, "Oh yeah, you're good. Go play. You don't know what the hell they're saying. You're fine." But
Yo,
yeah,
what if she low-key knew how to read? She's like, got him.
Yeah, she finessed the shit out of you
idiots.
guys.
Yeah, well then she earned it. Then she earned it.
You can't read her whole life because she's just thinking. She's like, don't worry, you can't read.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think that's an important thing to teach our kids.
Because yeah, we even had I had a safe word with my dad that he's like, if someone were to come pick you up and they say that I like
Nice.
that me, like this is the word that you would tell them. But again, I don't think I ever had to use it once ever.
Could you tell us that word, or is it still a thing in your family? Because I know there's still young kids around and stuff.
I don't know if I don't know if he's talked to Sky about that. That's an interesting one. I'd have to actually ask him. Ours was salamat, which is like Filipino for like thank you.
Oh,
but like
interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't commonly obviously said. But
imagine
it's not actually, and I just remembered that. So if someone had like tried to do that and they said the wrong word, I was like, you got it. Like, wait, what? That's not the word. Pretty sure that's what it was. But yeah, that's a good point. That happening was not something. Yeah, it was treated very seriously because.
I mean, there were some tragic cases and stuff, right?
Like again, that's true. That's a good point.
I support it, but yeah, not something I ever faced. Thank goodness. I guess I'm lucky. We all are.
I just ran way too fast, so it didn't matter.
Ran into walls.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say
the Speedster 5000 though back in
the guy ran away from the fucking criminals right into the wall.
Whose question is next? We'll probably get one more
each.
One more each, yeah.
That was mine.
That's yours. Okay. Okay, one more circle.
What do you attribute your biggest successes in your life to? And what about your biggest failures?
Oh, wow.
I would say my biggest successes would be due to I think I'm a very empathetic. I think I'm empathetic, very empathetic, and I think that's helped me get a long way because like in that scenario I was just talking about with work as an example, like I understand where people come from a lot, so I feel like people are very easy to approach me about whatever they want, which I think is a very good thing in both a professional but also very like a personal aspect. Helps you connect with people very easily because I may not agree with what people bring up but I can at least understand where they come from with I know everyone travels their own paths in life, but I would say my largest failures, I think it's because I have a very I think I have an addictive personality in the sense that like once I start something that I enjoy, like it consumes all of my time. And I think there were times in my life where it would be like a lot of my early years in university, I flunked a lot because I just it was the first time I really had freedom to do what I wanted, whether it was related to school or not. And I was like, once I started gaming, that was when I really started getting into gaming. I couldn't stop. Like it was like all I did, all I wanted to do. I was like, it was like addicting, and I've like realized that now. So when I feel that like I'm getting attached to something that's not really beneficial to me or my life in any way, I try to just be like wary and conscious of it. But it definitely is attributed to some I don't want to say like a failure, but at least a negative impact in some way.
Yeah, I dig that. I think for me, as cliche as it's gonna sound, I think my biggest failures, I think, led to my biggest successes.
Wow.
Like my biggest failures, I know definitely came from me, at least in the early days, having no discipline and throwing in the towel way too early. Like at the first hurdle, I'd quit. And that's definitely where at least I feel that I let myself down the most. And from those moments, I learned fairly quickly. Anyways, I was like, yo, I don't like this one bit. Like I don't care about losing, but the fact that I barely even tried, like I'll never do that again. Like I'm not quitting. If I lose, I lose, but I'm never gonna quit. And that mentality pushed me to get some of the things that I'm most proud of, like winning JITS tournaments and just embracing the grind to go get things that I want. Yeah, definitely came from not having it in the beginning and letting myself down.
You're basically a motivational poster, right? That's so cool.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on my ribs.
What that whole story?
The whole thing. The whole thing.
Make it look like a Bible verse where it's like small script and shit. That's cool, man.
And I'll say Lee, August 26th, 2021. Is it 26th today?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Nice. Sweet.
No, that's good. That's a good thing.
Or sorry, I mean Sunday, August 29th.
Oh my god.
Nah!
No, I think that's good though. That's really, I think, the reason people fail in life is that you can.
They give up. They give up so fast, man. They get discouraged so quickly.
Out of it. Wait,
yeah, if you don't grow from those things. Yeah, what did you say?
I say just because, and people same thing. Like they fail once and they get discouraged and they just walk away.
Just give me a second.
It helps you challenge yourself to be a better person. Word.
Rightly. I think for me, one of the things that's taken me far in life was, for some reason, I pick up things very quickly. Like if I start like school on a subject of something I don't understand. Yeah. I don't know. I usually pick up things pretty quick if I want to research it. My biggest downfall is my motivation to certain things is not prioritized well. Like sometimes even when I'm like studying, I'm writing like a brilliant essay. Like I do really well in writing. Free writing, I'm very good. It's just more so getting the motivation to start doing it. But once I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone. My only problem is I get distracted easily. One of my big things is if I can focus, like I get shit done. That's one thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Good. All right, Lee, what's your question?
Oh man. I only got one last question, eh? Okay, fine.
I got a good one too.
If you could change one law, what law would you change?
I hate to say it, and people are gonna hate it. Speeding. I think honestly, fuck speed limit. Like on certain areas. I mean, school zones I completely understand. But if I could change all the speed limits, sorry. I get so nervous. I'm getting so emotional. This is so connected to me. If I could change all the speed limits anywhere and dictate that'd be my dream.
Okay, so based on what you just said there, I'm assuming you're saying like you're in charge of it.
Yeah,
how would
I'm in charge of speed limits?
How would you?
Are you the director of speed limits?
I'm the director of speed.
How would you determine
both the drug and the actual?
Yeah.
How do I change it?
How would you determine what the speed limit should be?
I think like so any certain zone that there is right now out there, for the lower it is, the lower you increase it. So let's say it's a school zone that's 30. I think a 60 zone's perfect.
Do like a 20% increase then. Right?
For
20%. So
that's
40.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's
40,
solid. That's all.
40 would change to.
But that you think that would change anything?
I think the bigger
people just gonna start pushing that
highways. I think highways should be 150. and but I think no. So I think but I think people should actually listen to the laws of the road in terms of if you're passing, you're in the left lane. I think it should be illegal to be in the wrong lane for your speed.
So there would be there would be lanes on the highway that are designated to speed limits.
Yeah, like so like those ones where like for example the very left lane is like up to 150. Then it go like 130, 110, and then just like 100.
Okay, I don't want to be too logical, because then the problem is when you need to merge, you're going from a 150 to like a 130. Like,
Yeah, but those
there's
merge lanes
far
on the
more.
highway are designated for increased
true,
speed.
you
If
can
you need to
merge
slow
them.
down, start merging to your right and decrease your speed based on the max limit of that lane.
Yeah, but then the other cars in that lane,
You almost
risk
can't.
like fucking
Yeah.
running into.
What do you mean? Because you're already going faster, so all you have to do is decrease, and vice versa.
Yeah, but then
The
you're
guy
but then
behind you.
Yeah, what about the people in the 150 lane?
But that's like talking about the Hove lane where sometimes the HOV lane is flying and the other one's stationary. How do you transition? You have to learn how to do it safely.
Sure.
That's on you as a driver to know that.
Sure.
In fact,
Well, it's on
I
the
say-
government for having better fucking rules. Come on.
Honest, so seriously, man, shit. But honestly, just because also Canadian drivers suck. Just so you guys know.
Yeah, relatively speaking, anyways.
I think people would say probably you suck at driving though.
Oh,
Yeah, how many people
I
say
don't think
that?
so. I don't think so.
You're a reckless driver.
I wouldn't say so anymore. Now, like 10 is like the max I'll go over now. Like honestly, I just like my car
Okay, good.
just doesn't really let me do much about
That's
it.
true
So
too.
I'm not trying not to run into the
No,
ground.
I used to low key be so scared. Not even low key. I think it was very visible. Lucas's driving used to scare me. Actually, I think it still does to this day. Make me, like,
I'd say I'm a
nervous.
lot better now.
My
I'm a
toes
lot
would be
better now.
flexed the whole drive.
Yeah.
But I'd be holding
When I was
on to my
younger-
seat, bro. Yeah.
When I was younger,
Yeah,
I drove
low
like an
key,
idiot.
low key gripping anything.
I used to drive
could.
like the typical Beamer driver would make fun of, like shitty signaling, shitty turning, stops. What are stop? Don't tell me to stop, bro. But,
Dude,
like,
this guy would go in the right lane exit lanes to cut off the traffic at a light to get in front of everybody. Like,
but I would signal.
Like,
fuck,
yo,
he's right.
Lee,
He
did
would
you see
signal.
the
I
thing
did
where-
email
where
you.
when I when I would be riding in Lucas's car, my feet sometimes, like when I would be like nervous about him braking, like I would pretend that I'm pressing
You're pressing
You do that too?
all the time, all the time. All the
Maddie
time
would
I'm pressing
actually-
the imaginary brakes. Like, fuck, come on, bro.
Maddie would even occasionally
Not
do this.
today.
Maddie would do this.
Here we go. You gotta shell up.
I'll
real
stop
quick,
the
look at us.
car.
Slam into
Yeah,
it.
no,
Come on, man.
that
all the time.
Yeah, so Lucas, that's unfortunately how you're driving. It makes
I
me
would like to
feel-
say it's changed. Like even when we went
I
up to
hope it
college
has.
as a group, like I'd like to say I've definitely changed. I've grown up.
Yeah, I think it's gotten better. But yeah, there were
10%
times
improvement.
where I was like scared for I was like I may not make it home today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gonna let this guy drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. Changing a law. That's a tough one. I'm trying to think of what laws I think are ridiculous.
Hmm.
There, that's really tough to think about off the top of my head. 'Cause I don't
You want me
know
to
if
go?
there are like laws about closing like bars and stuff. They have to close by 2, but is that
I
like
think that is. A
Yeah,
law.
like serving alcohol at grocery stores, for example, you could change that to like be like no cap, bro.
That too. Sure.
Took a
Sure,
beer
little
at
things like that.
Loblaws, bro.
I actually, yeah, you know what, to go off of that, I would like to change it where the alcohol price is not where it could be privatized, so people could sell it for less than the government was trying to, like exactly how it happens. And like there's no one source of price where it's like someone has their, they buy it in bulk and they can sell at their own price, bro.
That's interesting.
It would bring our cost down so much for
Yeah,
like the
that's-
States. Like if you look at the States, dude, in the States the alcohol is so cheap.
But wouldn't
Yeah.
that screw over bars that sell on tap for that reason? Would
That's
lose
not my problem.
businesses.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
but I mean, like I think for the overall revenue of the country, like it just makes sense the way it's done because bars can then have the discount on tap, so you can be like, yo,
Yeah, but I don't know if it would stop that much traffic going into bars and restaurants and
yeah,
stuff.
because it's not the same as
And it would be
going, like,
made up in other ways.
like, 'cause it wouldn't be. I don't think people are going to bars strictly because it's more expensive to go to the bar though to get.
no. But what I'm saying is like then bars would get less revenue.
Did we get more
Right.
revenue?
Because think about it, they'd have to then decrease their pricing for stuff, but they still buy at the same cost.
Not really. Right now, the price you pay for a beer at a restaurant is far more than buying it.
Yes.
So whether the cost of the beer comes down,
But then
Well, they
no
could
one would
keep
want to
their
drink at a
price.
bar ever again if the price was like relative and different. If we start dropping price on like beer stores,
you think so?
also, yeah.
But I think
Actually,
people
people
go.
people just
would.
pre-drink.
people
People
go
would
to.
pre-drink
would.
more often.
I think people go to the bar and stuff for more of the social aspect than it is.
Environment. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think then bars would make more money because then their cost is lower.
Especially if they're selling beers for cheaper. Fuck it.
Become like a
People are
sport.
drinking
It's
more.
become like a baseball game, bro.
Wait, what do you mean a baseball? Oh, like
Well,
how
that's
much was
Oh,
one
at
expensive.
baseball games?
Like it would feel so expensive. But yeah, baseball games would then you'd be like, yo,
It's
baseball games are
insane.
for sure scams then.
Absolutely.
When I
Price
when I went to a weekend concert, I bought 2 beers, tall cans. No joke, it was like $22. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
That's like a
That sounds a steal. That's a deal. I was like, it was so expensive.
Yeah, we should
Yeah,
go to a baseball game. Even though I'm not a big baseball fan, but it would be cool.
Any
to go.
sporting events fun
Yo,
live.
if the theaters sold beer, it would be like one can of
do.
beer
They
is
do.
$56.
$9.
beer.
$9
Yeah.
for a Michelob Ultra tall can. I bought 2 when I went to go see
Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad. But
Nice.
now my secret is I'm just gonna bring tall cans in a bag, or like in partner's purse, because how are they gonna know I didn't buy them there? Looks the exact same.
It's true.
Theaters,
Yeah.
look out for this portrait of this guy right here.
This Timbit, right?
This is
Yeah.
almost the same big brain level as Jake Gyllenhaal being fictional.
Almost, yeah.
Almost.
Not quite,
close.
though.
He is Mysterio. Or is Mysterio him?
Yeah, Mysterio plays Jake Gyllenhaal in
Yeah, that's what I'm
Spider-Man
saying.
Far From Home.
That's
Yeah. Yeah, I would have gone with the speed one too. But since Lucas said it, I'll pick the other one. I don't know if everyone knows or not. And yeah, I'm going down that route. Canada currently has a law where like if you misgender someone, it can be counted as a criminal offense.
Really?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, to be honest, I'm pretty sure that bill got passed. I'm pretty sure
That's insane.
C-17, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure that bill got passed. If it didn't, then thank goodness. But if it did, yeah, I would change that one for sure, because now Canada truly doesn't have we don't have freedom of speech. And to someone like me, that is important. It did get passed. It is a real thing.
Oh wait, hold on. These are very old articles. I'd have to look into this more.
Yeah, no, this really started a couple of years ago. I want to say
2018.
Like, exactly. Yeah, 2018. There you go.
Yeah, again, law. So gender identity is part of grounds for discrimination, essentially.
Exactly. So you could get a criminal offense for not calling someone the right gender.
That's rough.
But I assume that there's like, if I'm like, I didn't know.
Yeah, no, for sure. But okay. Even still, that's like me.
It's the worst. That's Lee's turn right now, and he's freezing up.
Yeah, that's fucked, bro.
Yeah, that sucks. There you are. You're back.
That's so selfish.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, did you hear me?
No.
Basically, what I was saying is
just say yes and move on.
No, I'm kidding.
No, it just be. I'm freezing again, aren't I?
No, go.
Yeah, I was saying it's stupid if I got a criminal charge for intentionally insulting you. Like, freedom of speech is freedom of speech. Whether you say something mean or not, you should be allowed to say what you want to say, as long as it's not a call to action.
No, but the thing is the problem is that it's discriminatory now.
You should be allowed to say discriminatory things, as long as you're not making any calls to actions. Like if me saying someone kill Matt, that shouldn't be allowed because that's a call to action. But anything else, if I said Matt's a big stupid Timbit head, it's mean. It's mean, but I'm allowed to say it.
Me and my fellow Timbits. Fox.
Right? Which one's your favorite Timbit then? Which one's your favorite brother?
Birthday cake. Not even close.
Pretty hype.
Good.
Oh, it's close. It's definitely close. Sour cream glaze. Baby.
Yeah, sour cream glaze. Birthday
sour
cake
cream
and blueberry
glaze
are
is
all
the same as the cake. The birthday cake is just sprinkles on a.
Nah, it's a little different.
No,
it's yeah. It's texture's different. It's texture's different.
It's not.
It's
sour cream
also
glaze
honey dip.
Glazed.
Honey dip is hype. Honey dip is hype. Blueberry is also hype.
No.
Yeah, blueberry, birthday cake, and sour cream are the trifecta.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. Okay, last question of the night. Lucas, take it away.
What is your biggest screw up in the kitchen?
We all did use the same site, eh?
Yeah, we did.
You mean the same person submitted the same question? Good for you. Appreciate it. We all read the same question.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Biggest screw up. Yo, for me, I've tried to make Brussels sprouts the way KG has made them. I threw them out. I've tried twice, threw them out both times because I just couldn't figure out how to do it.
Brussels sprouts.
I even asked him the rest because his were like I never really liked them. Tried his. I'm like, these are fucking like I could eat these every day. They were that good.
What like
And
what was what was so special about them?
there was
Like,
maple. I don't know. There was
fried with
maple
something?
syrups and a little bit of cinnamon, and they were just fried on a pan.
Really?
And
They
they
kind
were
of call
like
for Brussels
fucking
sprouts, eh?
primo. And then every time I've tried it, garbage. Like
Yo.
garbage.
Yo,
Even lately, I've been trying to steam broccoli. I can't to get the timing right. Either fucking mashed potato mush broccoli, which is disgusting, or they're still fucking cold. Like, bro, like these have been in here for like I've tried the same amount of time on like varying heat levels. And it's either not enough or too much, and I'm like, I can't find the perfect. It fucking sucks.
Dude,
Cold
one time I had
broccoli
honey,
sucks, and mushy broccoli is also just as shitty.
yeah, honey garlic Brussels sprouts is bomb. If you ever have that, make it. It's sick.
Oh, in your fucking air fryer with your fucking cauliflower, loser.
That's right, sir.
Loser.
What about you, Lee?
So I mean, like I've had the common thing that everyone does, you know, burning your pizza or whatever. But I think the thing that stood out to me the most, or stands out to me the most, I think it was in grade 3, and I took the culinary task of preparing my lunch into my own hands. And I remember back then, like my best friend in school always brought a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to school for lunch. And he'd have to sit out in the hallway because of peanut allergies and eat his lunch there. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring peanuts to lunch too, or something with nuts, so I could sit out in the hallway with him to keep him company. Back in that day, I would also have a lot of Vienna sausages for lunch.
Hey, nice. Probably like started young.
It's those little cans of like basically like pre-cooked sausages, and they have like that little water in them and stuff. Like, I think about it now, they're kind of gross, but I used to love them as a kid. But I'd have them for lunch, dude. Basically, yeah, so basically mini hot dogs in a can.
Sorry to cut you off, but don't hot dogs now like remove like 13 minutes of your life or something like that? Like
36, and it's worth it. It's worth every minute.
You're basically deadly tomorrow.
Basically dead tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe I was supposed to live to 1,000. I'm good.
Maybe he still does. Maybe it's a secret. Maybe
yeah, exactly.
It's the COVID vaccine that anti-vaxxers have been waiting for.
Yo, so take a look at what I packed for lunch. Here's what I packed for lunch: is my Vienna sausages, crackers, which go well together, but I needed my peanut element, so I put Nutella on the crackers. So I literally had Nutella, Vienna sausages, and crackers for lunch, and it sucked. It was horrible.
What order did you eat them in? Did you eat like Nutella hot dog bite? Nutella.
No, I put the Vienna sausage on the cracker with the Nutella and ate them together. It sucked, but I got to hang out with my best friend and keep him company.
That's something that I would hear was served at the X and people got sick. Next to the Corona was the Nutella hot dog cracker.
The craziest part is I did it twice. I didn't learn my lesson.
The first time he's like, maybe I just, I felt
the ratio
weird from the rocks I ate during lunchtime or recess or whatever. So I got
the ratio was off. I had to fix the ratio.
More Nutella. I'm gonna start instead of hot dog water. He puts the hot dogs in a Nutella jar, just like marinated. It's like chocolate hot dogs. They call me Dexter, bro. They call me Dexter.
Yo, straight up. After the second time, I was like, screw you, homie. You're eating lunch by yourself. I ain't fucking doing this. I can't do this anymore.
Yo, how do you think he felt being like, I had to go outside in the hallway with this fucking weirdo?
Nutella and sausage.
He was my best friend. I wasn't his best friend.
Yeah, you weren't even close. You were right under his grandma for sure.
Definitely.
What about you, Lucas?
I am proud to say I've never fucked up that bad. For sure. No. For some reason, I love making mac and cheese, and I do it anyway. You should, which is you boil the noodles separately and then you add them to a saucepan, add the powder and milk and stuff, like a pro. I once got the microwavable ones where it comes like the little like almost like Mr. Noodles cup.
Yeah, the Easy Mac.
Bro, it's not easy at all. I've never fucked up so hard on something my whole life, dude. I don't know what I did. Like I don't remember the steps I took, but I set it on fire, and there was water inside. So I don't know how to set on fire. And my brother's like, he's like, I have someone, because I used to be like that person who would like make my own noodles at home and try to be like so extra as a cook. And I fucked up microwavable mac and cheese. My brother's like, out of everything you've made in your life, how'd you fuck this up? I'm like, yo, I know how my dad feels when he gave birth to me. He's like, yo, I fucking goofed on this one.
Your dad gave birth to you?
Oh, sorry. Yo, it's 2021. You can't actually judge me for that. You can't actually judge me. You can't judge me for
Wait,
that.
your dad gave birth to you in 2021? Jake Gyllenhaal. Holy, it's all coming together.
I actually always thought I was Jake Gyllenhaal, so I was like,
yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal is fictional. All the roles that he played are actually just people acting as him. They all just look
as him. Yeah. Agreed. Lucas's dad took the biggest shit in 2021, and there's Lucas.
What the hell was I gonna say? The only other one, it wasn't really like a fucking up in the kitchen, but we used to. Yeah, I'm sure you guys knew this. We used to keep when we'd have like leftover pizza, we would just leave it in the oven. Like I never refrigerate pizza. I hate refrigerating, so we leave it in the oven. But then sometimes people would forget and like go to preheat the oven, and then they would preheat or whatever. People would be like, "Oh, it smells like pizza." And I'd be like, "Holy shit, the pizza's!" So like it'd be like in the oven in the box at like 425, and it's been on for like 10 minutes, and like inside the pizza is like it actually sometimes was pretty good. Like it was like rebaked.
I was gonna say,
nice.
Yo, ironically, one time this happened when I was over at Matt's house, and we had Pizza Hut the night before we spent the night, and it was the cheesy crust pizza, bro. And he left it in the oven, and we're like, bro, was it still in the box? We're like, oh shit! And we the best pizza I ever had. Like the box was still warm, so it collected the steam into the box, so just circulated the steam, which is most likely just like melted cardboard that we're like, steam, so good. It melts the cheese so well with this toxicity, bro. But like, it was so good.
One of my cousins from the States is such a bad cook, or was once upon a time. I hope she's done better for herself. Bought Chinese food, comes in the styrofoam takeout containers and everything. Doesn't know how science works. It just puts those straight into the oven to reheat them, and just melted all of the styrofoam containers and just fucked everything up. And she's like, "Wow, what happened?" And I was like, "Oh,
waste the money, toxic fumes too.
Waste the money and food." Like,
bro, I get sketched out leaving the pizza on the oven rack sometimes when it says put directly on the rack. I'm like, really though? Like, I want to fall for this one.
Yeah, no, she fucked up big time.
All right, we're done for the day. Another epi.
All right, bye guys.
Oh, is it gonna end like last time? Remember last time?
Lucas.
I ended the call.
That's so good. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for submitting your questions.
Yeah, we appreciate all of you guys sending those questions.
Yeah,
whoever was sending these must have got them from the same questions.
I hope we. Yeah, it sucks that we didn't get through all of them, but we'll get through your questions next time.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask more, because we love hearing what you guys want to know about us.
Yeah. We like hearing the questions that we never see coming. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Peace out. Happy Sunday for you.
Yeah, happy Sunday for you. Happy.
Stay positive, test negative.
For everything. Everything you can.
See you guys.